Hello everyone. First, thank you organizers for making possible this important event. It is a great pleasure to participate in this conference. I'm here to present my work, working towards a BDI agent based on personality traits to improve normative conflict solution. I would like to present also the contributors to make this work possible. My name is Paulo Alves and I am a master degree candidate at PUC-Rio. Max Viana is a researcher at PUC-Rio, and Carlos Sen is my master advisor, so thank you all. Software agents live in a society, and usually there are a set of norms and good manners to live together. Norms are used to restrict agents' behavior to improve collaboration between agents. However, norms cannot change the level of the agent's autonomy. The agent can always choose to comply or not with norms. A norm can be defined with the following properties. Norms can be complied by a set of agents and include normative goals that must be satisfied by addressees. In addition, norms are not always applicable, and their activation or expiration depends on the background in which agents are situated. An agent can be encouraged to fulfill a norm through rewards and discouraged to violate them by punishment evaluation. The deontic concept indicates if a norm state is an obligation, a permission, or a prohibition. The state property describes the set of norm states. These states may be classified as evaluated, fulfilled, or violated. And how can agents decide about which active norms will be complied? Agents may evaluate the importance of his goals and evaluate the norm's rewards and punishments. For instance, a norm rewards may help the agent to achieve his goals. On the other hand, a punishment may hinder the agent to achieve his goals, and the agent has to evaluate if it's worth it. There are some different agent profiles to deal with norms. An agent may be feel pressured if a norm punishment hinders his goals. Then the agent will comply with this norm just to not receive the punishment. There is a profile characterized by considerates only the rewards. Does not matter what are the punishments. If there is an opportunity to get the rewards, the agent will get them. This is the opportunistic profile. Selfish is another profile used in this work. It is an union between the pressured and opportunistic profiles. Sometimes norms can be conflicting, and it happens when two norms are assigned to the same addressee and indicates opposite behaviors. Everything is permitted until a norm emerges and indicates different behaviors or restricts some action. There are the deontic concept conflicts: prohibition versus obligation, prohibition versus permission. Follow an example of conflicting norms. Imagine a sales environment and there are two norms. One defines that the buyer agent cannot give back the bought product. It's a prohibition. Another norm defines that the buyer agent can return the product bought before opening it. As you can see, there is a conflict in between these two norms. Some architectures have been proposed to apply and manage norms. There is one of them. This architecture starts with the agent's perception. The agent identifies which norms are activated. After that, the norm adoption step is started. The agent identifies which norms are addressed through him. In sequence, the norm deliberation step is started, and the agent splits the norms between intended norms and rejected norms. The next step receives that the agent intended norms and rejected norms, then evaluates them. After that, the belief desire intention reasoning architecture deal with this set of norms, considering also his goals to decide what are the best actions. To decide which norms the agent will comply, the deliberation process splits the norms between some sets. Considering the adopted norms, this architecture separates conflicting norms to non-conflicting norms, and for each set, the agent will distinguish intended norms from rejected norms. The developed architecture was based in BDI reasoning architecture and on previously presented normative architecture. The first step involves the agent's perception in the belief revision function, where the agent perceives the norms in the environment addressed to him. Then the agent inserts into the norm set the norms that he wants to fulfill by using the norm's adoption function. After that, the agent updates his beliefs taking into account these new norms. The second step is the desired normative generator, which is composed by three processes. 1. Norm status evaluation function, where the agent verifies which norms are activated or deactivated. 2. Norms conflicting detection function, where the agent verifies what the normative conflicts are. And 3. Solution normative conflicts function, where the agent evaluates the norm's contribution and solves the normative conflicts, also considering its personality traits. The third step is the normative filter, which is composed by two processes. 1. Norms evaluation function, where the agent evaluates the desired set and then decides which norms will be fulfilled. And 2. Plan selection function, where the agent's best plans will be chosen in the intention set. Finally, the fourth step is the action selection function, which is composed by the normative executor and selector function. This function receives the norm sets, which are the norms that the agent intends to fulfill. Last but not least, all of these steps help in the improvement of the normative conflict solving process, considering personality traits inserted into the BDI reasoning process. We built a new approach by introducing personality traits aiming to improve the solution of the normative conflict. There are three layers. The first one, and the foundation of the system, is the multi-agent system layer with the basic resources. The second layer is normative BDI agents. These layers use the concept of BDI architecture and it is improved by use of personality traits, conflict management, and norm strategies. And to apply the concepts presented here, an experimental study was developed. Imagine an employee that wants to go back to home after working time and wants to improve his physical conditioning. For this situation, he can go back by bus or go back by bike. Two norms have been set. One prohibits the agent to use the bike if it's raining. The second norm obligates the agent to use bike after office hour to come back to home. This table shows these two norms. The first norm is come back by bus and it's addressed to employee agent. The deontic concept is prohibition because it prohibits the agent to use the bike. The reward is no health decrease and the punishment is BWAT in the case of the agent go back by bike when it's raining. The activation is when it's raining and the expiration is when it's sunny. The second norm is come back by bicycle. It is also addressed to employee agents and the deontic concept is obligation because oblige the agent to go back by bike. The reward is increase his physical conditioning and the punishment is spend money with the bus tickets. The activation is after work and the expiration is when the agent is sick because the agent will not have health conditions to go back by bike. Based on the norms configuration, there is a moment that these norms will be in conflict. After the work time, the agent must go back by bike, and if it's raining, he must not use the bike. So there is a conflict when it's raining and the agent has to go home. Now imagine that the agent is adventurous, so he tends to take more risk than others to accomplish his goals. To decide which norms he will comply, the agent has to evaluate the rewards and punishments and also his own goals. So the agent decides to comply with the norm come back by bike because his personality tends to help adventurous behaviors. Finally, we have concluded that personality traits may contribute to agents achieve his goals. So, personality traits can be used to change the normative conflict resolution and get the agent's behavior a little closer than human's behavior. As a future work, we intend to apply this framework in a complex environment and measure the benefits of the approach usage. If you have any questions, please contact me. Thank you.